The Road to UNOVA event is next up in Pokemon Go, featuring 3 legendary and mythical Pokemon. And in this video, I will be going through everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event runs from February 24th at 10 AM until the 1st of March at 10 AM local time. So it does run right up to the start of the Global UNOVA Tour event, which I will be covering in a separate video, so keep an eye out on the channel for that. But what does the Road to UNOVA event have to offer? Well, for the bonuses, you will have half hatch distance, the remote raid limit will be increased to 20 from the 24th until the 28th, and then on March 1st and 2nd, which are the dates for the Global UNOVA Tour, there will be no remote raid limit. You will be able to purchase a Masterwork research from the start of this event on the 24th at 10 AM for $5, and this will lead to a guaranteed encounter with Shiny Meloetta. But that's not all. The Tour Pass and Tour Pass Deluxe will also become available at the same time as this Masterwork research. The regular Tour Pass is free and the deluxe version will cost you $15. The Tour Pass is essentially Pokemon Go's answer to the Battle Pass, where you will be able to collect Tour points from doing activities like catching Pokemon, hatching eggs, etc., and from completing the new pass tasks. Collecting Tour points will allow you to progress through the Tour Pass, collecting rewards and bonuses on the way. And if you do decide to upgrade to the Tour Pass Deluxe, it will lead to some really interesting rewards, such as the new Lucky Trinket. I will get into the details of the Tour Pass later on in the video. There will also be a couple of tickets that you can purchase for the Road to UNOVA event, but they will also carry on and be active in the Global UNOVA Tour as well. The first ticket will be the Road to UNOVA raid ticket, which will cost $5, and it'll get you some bonuses and a timed research. The research will get you 5 XL candy for Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. You'll get 10 XL candy for Reshiram and Zekrom, and 25 XL candy for Genesect. You'll also get black and white joggers for your avatar. And the bonuses for this ticket will be 5,000 additional XP for completing raids. You'll get 1 additional candy and Candy XL awarded for catching Pokemon from 5-star raids. You'll have 2 times Stardust from raid battles, and you'll get 1 additional raid pass from spinning gyms each day the ticket is active. And the second ticket will be the Road to UNOVA hatch ticket, and again this will cost $5 and it will get you some bonuses and a timed research. The research will get you encounters with Maractus, Sigilif, and Bufalon, and you'll get a black and white hoodie for your avatar. The bonuses for the ticket will be 2 times hatch candy, 2 times hatch XP, and 2 times hatch Stardust. But are these Road to UNOVA tickets actually worth purchasing? Well, if your main concern is completing the Pokedex by getting the remaining regional Pokemon, then the $5 hatch ticket might be worth it for you because you do get guaranteed encounters with these UNOVA regionals. Alternatively, you could get these regionals from 10km eggs during UNOVA Tour, but then you do have to get lucky with actually picking up the 10km eggs and hatching each of the 3 regionals if you want them. But if you really want them for the dex, then the safest option is to pick up this ticket. However, out of the hatch and the raid tickets, I would recommend the raid ticket over the hatch ticket, because not only will you get an extra raid pass each day this ticket's active, but you will also get a lot of candy and Candy XL for these UNOVA legendaries, and the XP and Stardust bonuses will be really useful too. And for the XP bonus in particular, I will be going through a good strategy to use this to get a lot of XP later on. So moving on, in the wild for the event will be Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, and rarely Servine, Pignite, and Duot. For the raids, in 1-star raids will be Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, in 3-star raids will be Druddigon, and in 5-star raids we will be seeing a lot of UNOVA legendary Pokemon. So each day of the event will have different 5-star raid bosses, and they will each come with their legacy moves as well. And each day they will also feature in their own raid hours at 6 PM local time. So on the 24th will be all versions of Genesect, each with different drives. Regular Genesect Court will know the normal type charged attack Technoblast, Shock Drive Genesect will know Technoblast Electric, Burn Drive Genesect will know Technoblast Fire, Chill Drive will know Technoblast Ice, and Douse Drive Genesect will know Technoblast Water. On the 25th will be Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, and any of them caught will know the legacy move Sacred Sword. On the 26th will be Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus all in their Therian forms. Tornadus encountered will know Bleak Wind Storm, Thundurus will know Wild Bolt Storm, and Landorus will know Sandseer Storm. On the 27th will be Reshiram with legacy move Fusion Flare, and lastly on the 28th will be Zekrom with legacy move Fusion Bolt. And not only that, but these Pokemon will have a chance of coming with new special backgrounds. Therian form Tornadus and Reshiram can have a background inspired by Pokemon Black version. Therian form Thundurus and Zekrom can have a background inspired by Pokemon White version, and Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Therian form Landorus, and Genesect can have either background. And I will be going through raid counters for all of these raid bosses later on, so stay tuned for that. In 2km event eggs will be Roggenrola, Timber, Carablast, Shelmet, and Larvesta. In field research will be Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Roggenrola, Timber, Carablast, and and Shelmet. There will also be new avatar items, black Kyurem wings, white Kyurem backpack, and there'll be an avatar Go Tour 2025 tee available for free from the Tour Pass. There will also be new stickers available from spinning Pokestops, opening gifts, and for purchase in the in-game shop. And lastly, it is from the event-themed timed research, where you will be able to get free legendary and mythical Pokemon. So completing these research tasks will get you encounters with Terrakion, Cobalion, Virizion, Therian Form Tornadus, Therian Form Thundurus, Therian Form Landorus, and Genesect with all of its drives. Worth noting that these Pokemon obtained from timed research won't have special backgrounds. And also, if it is anything like last year, these tasks will most likely require you to do some raids in order to get these encounters. But with the daily free raid pass you get and the extra one you get per day this season, it shouldn't be too bad for free-to-play players. Now with that said, which event Pokemon are most worth focusing on? So starting with the Unova starter Pokemon, I would recommend picking up Snivy and Servine, because the final evolution Serperior is ranked 54 in the Great League with 0, 10, 15 IVs. It does want Legacy move Frenzy Plant to be at its best, but if the Go Tour Global event is anything like the previous tours, we might be able to evolve Servine into Serperior during the event to get Frenzy Plant. This however hasn't been confirmed by Niantic. Serperior is also not a bad option in the Ultra League, where it is ranked 118 with 10, 14, 15 IVs. And much like Serperior, Oshawott and Duot's evolution Samurott has relevance in the Great League, where it is ranked 71 with 0, 14, 14 IVs. It again does want Legacy move Hydro Cannon to be at its best. We do have Roggenrola available in Eggs and Research, and Gigalith is a decent rock type attacker, being the 15th best overall and the 9th best as a shadow with moveset Smackdown and Legacy move Meteor Beam. And with the fact there will be half hatch distance during this event, these will only require 1 kilometer to hatch, and if you do get the hatch ticket, you will also get 2 times hatch XP, Stardust and Candy, and it is the Candy in particular that will be really useful for Gigalith because you can use it to power a Shadow Gigalith. Another useful encounter is Timber. Conkeldurr is the 13th best fighting type attacker and it's the 5th best as a shadow with moveset, counter and dynamic punch. So again, the Candy from Eggs will be really useful for this Pokemon for powering up a shadow version. And a good thing about Conkeldurr is it doesn't require any legacy moves to have its best moveset. And lastly, this will be a good opportunity to get Larvesta whilst it is in a smaller pool of possible egg hatches. And Volcarona is the 19th best fire type attacker with Fire Spin and Overheat, and it's the 4th best bug type attacker with Bug Bite and Bug Buzz. It does also require 400 Candy to evolve Larvesta into Volcarona. And generally, with it only requiring 1 kilometer to hatch these eggs during the event, it's a good time to work on your Platinum Breeder medal. Now for the raid Pokemon, I will be going through each of their meta relevances, and then I'll comment on which are most worth raiding. For Genesect, it is the 10th best bug type attacker with Fury Cutter and X Scissor, and it is the 11th best steel type attacker with Metal Claw and Magnet Bomb. And regarding Go Battle League, Genesect with Chill Drive and Technoblast Chill will be the best because it is ranked 69 in the Master League. Cobalion has relevance in the Ultra League where it is ranked 11 with 1, 15, 12 IVs, and whilst less relevant, it is ranked 96 in the Master League as well. Terrakion does see a bit of play in the Master League at rank 100, but it is as a raid attacker where it does shine the most. It's currently the 3rd best fighting type attacker overall with Double Kick and legacy move Sacred Sword, and it will be even more relevant in the future when it gets access to its shadow form. It's also the 10th best rock type attacker as well with Smackdown and Rock Slide. And for Virizion, it is ranked 36 in the Ultra League with 1, 15, 12 IVs, and it's ranked 75 in the Master League. And with these 3 being available in raids together on the same day, I would recommend prioritizing Cobalion for Go Battle League and Terrakion for raid attacking. Virizion, however, does have a really nice looking shiny, so if you are more of a shiny hunter and you're not that interested in meta relevance, then Virizion might be the best option for you. Moving on to Therian Tornadus, it doesn't really have much meta relevance, however it is the 18th best flying type attacker with Gust and Bleak Wind Storm. For Therian Thundurus, it is a strong electric type attacker, being the 7th best with Volt Switch and Wild Bolt Storm. And for Therian Landorus, it's the 5th best ground type attacker with Mudshot and Sandsear Storm, and it's one of the highest ranking Pokemon in the Master League at ranked 8. And again, these 3 will all be available on the same day, and out of these I would recommend Therian Landorus as a priority. For Reshiram, it is the 5th best fire type attacker with Fire Fang and Fusion Flare, and in the Master League it's ranked 34. And for Zekrom, it's the 2nd best electric type attacker overall with Charge Beam and Fusion Bolt, and it's ranked 31 in the Master League. So out of all of these Pokemon in raids, the best ones to focus will be Cobalion for Ultra League, Terrakion as a fighting type attacker, Landorus as a ground type attacker and for the Master League, and Zekrom and Reshiram not only because they are meta relevant in their own types, but you will want them to fuse with Kyurem to get black and white Kyurem. However, you don't need to raid these like crazy if you're just going after them for fusion material, because the fusions do take into account the IVs and the shiny status from the Kyurem. And for these raid bosses, what are the best counters for them? So for Genesect, it does have a raid TP of 47,836 and the 100% IVs on 19, 2316 and 2395, boosted in rainy and snowy weather. It's a bug and steel type, therefore its only weakness is fire, but it is a double weakness. The best raid counters are Mega Blaziken, Mega Charizard Y, Shadow Heatran, Shadow Chandelure, Blacephalon, Reshiram, Shadow Emboar, Mega Charizard X, Shadow Blaziken, and Shadow Charizard. And for budget counters that are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Chandelure, Blaziken, Darmanitan, Charizard, Emboar, and Delphox. This raid is actually a fairly easy solo with high level Mega Blaziken or Mega Charizard Y. For Cobalion, it does have a raid TP of 39,601, and the 100% IVs you're looking out for are 17, 27, and 2159, boosted in cloudy and snowy weather. It is a steel and fighting type, therefore it is weak to fighting, ground, and fire type attacks. The best counters are Mega Lucario, Primal Groudon, Mega Blaziken, Mega Charizard Y, Shadow Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Heatran, Mega Heracross, Terrakion, and Lucario. And for budget counters, I would recommend Lucario, Blaziken, Conkeldurr, Chandelure, Garchomp, and Hisuian Decidueye. This raid can be done with 2 or 3 trainers. Terrakion has a raid TP of 48,457, and the 100% IVs are 2113 and 2641, boosted in cloudy and partly cloudy weather. It's a rock and fighting type, therefore it is weak to fighting, ground, steel, water, grass, psychic, and fairy type attacks. And the best counters are Shadow Mewtwo, Duskmane Necrozma, Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Mega Alakazam, Mewtwo, Mega Sceptile, Mega Garchomp, Mega Gallade, and Mega Lucario. For budget counters, I would recommend Metagross, Hisuian Decidueye, Primarina, Garchomp, Chestnut, and Conkeldurr. Like Cobalion, this raid will take 2 or 3 trainers to beat. For Virizion, it has a raid TP of 39,601, and the 100% IVs are 17, 27, and 2159, boosted in cloudy and sunny weather. It is a grass and fighting type, therefore it is weak to poison, fire, psychic, ice, fairy, and has a double weakness to flying type attacks. So the best counters will be Mega Rayquaza, Regular Rayquaza, Shadow Salamence, Shadow Staraptor, Mega Salamence, Enamorus, Yveltal, Shadow Moltres, Mega Pidgeot, and Shadow Ho-Oh. And the best budget counters are Salamence, Staraptor, Braviary, Honchkrow, Hisuian Braviary, and Unfezant. This raid can actually be soloed with Mega Rayquaza, but I do recommend taking at least another trainer. For Therian Tornadus, it has a raid TP of 44,256, and the 100% IVs are 18, 37, and 2296, boosted in windy weather. It's a pure flying type, and therefore it is weak to rock, electric, and ice type attacks. The best counters are Mega Diancie, Shadow Raikou, Shadow Zapdos, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Manectric, Shadow Electivire, Xurkitree, Shadow Rampardos, Shadow Rhyperior, and Zekrom. And for budget counters, I would recommend Electivire, Rampardos, Rhyperior, Tyrantrum, Gigalith, and Magnezone. This raid is actually a pretty tough duo, so I would recommend a 3rd trainer or possibly a 4th. Therian Thundurus has a raid TP of 50,369, and the 100% IVs are 2091 and 2614, boosted in rainy and windy weather. It is an electric and flying type, therefore it is weak to rock and ice type attacks. The best counters are Mega Diancie, Shadow Rhyperior, Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Rampardos, Shadow Mamoswine, Rhyperior, Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Tyranitar, Shadow Weavile, and Shadow Gigalith. And for budget counters, I do recommend Rhyperior, Rampardos, Tyrantrum, Gigalith, Galarian Darmanitan, and Mamoswine. This raid can be duoed, but again, I would recommend at least 3 trainers. Therian Landorus has a raid TP of 51,858, and 100% IVs are 2241 and 2801, boosted in sunny and windy weather. It is a ground and flying type, therefore it is weak to water and has a double weakness to ice type attacks. The best counters are Shadow Mamoswine, Mega Abomasnow, Baxcalibur, Primal Kyogre, Mamoswine, Mega Glalie, Shadow Mewtwo, Mega Gardevoir, Glaceon, and Shadow Kyogre. And the best budget counters are Mamoswine, Glaceon, Cetitan, Mr. Rhyme, Weavile, and Avalugg. This raid is easier than the other 2 Therian forms with the double weakness it has, so it can be duoed fairly easily if you do have some of the best counters powered up. For Reshiram, it has a raid TP of 53,394, and the 100% IVs are 2307 and 2884, boosted in sunny and windy weather. It is a fire and dragon type, and therefore it is weak to ground, rock, and dragon type attacks. The best counters are Mega Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Groudon, Origin Dialga, Mega Diancie, Mega Salamence, Shadow Rhyperior, Shadow Palkia, and Rayquaza. And for the budget counters, I would recommend Haxorus, Rhyperior, Salamence, Garchomp, Rampardos, Dragonite, and Gigalith. This raid can be duoed with the best counters at high levels, but I would recommend 3 or 4 players. Zekrom also has a raid TP of 53,394, and the 100% IVs are also 2307 and 2884, but boosted in windy or rainy weather. It is a dragon and electric type, therefore it is weak to ground, ice, dragon and fairy type attacks. The best counters are Mega Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Groudon, Mega Salamence, Origin Dialga, Origin Palkia, Shadow Garchomp, Mega Latios and Shadow Excadrill. And for budget counters, Haxorus, Garchomp, Dragonite, Excadrill, Salamence and Mamoswine. This raid can be duoed, but I would recommend 3 or 4 trainers if you don't have some of the best counters at high levels. So there are a good amount of legendary and mythical Pokemon on offer during this event, but there is a way to get another mythical Pokemon, and that is through the Tour Pass. So like I mentioned before, the Tour Pass and the Tour Pass Deluxe do become available at the start of this event. But what exactly do these Tour Passes entail? So you will begin the Tour Pass with no points, but the first reward will be unlocked, and that will be that Go Tour 2025 avatar t-shirt. You can then earn Tour points to progress through the Tour Pass to get other rewards and bonuses to rank up along the way. But how do you get Tour points? Well, you get them from activities such as catching Pokemon, completing raids and hatching eggs, and you can also get them from past tasks. Past tasks do refresh daily from the 24th at 10 AM until the 28th at 11:59 PM, and then during the Global Unova Tour on March 1st and 2nd, these tasks will be refreshing every hour from 10 AM to 5 PM local time each day. Collecting Tour points will progress you through your Tour Pass tiers that consist of minor and major milestones. On the way to minor and major milestones, you will unlock rewards like Pokemon encounters, candy, Pokeballs and more. And milestones will get you larger rewards like stickers, avatar items and special Pokemon encounters. Each time you reach major milestones, you will improve your event bonuses. During the Global Unova Tour, you will increase your catch XP bonus each time you hit a major milestone. You'll get 1.5 times catch XP for reaching tier 2, 2 times catch XP for tier 3, and 3 times catch XP for tier 4. And the final major milestone for the Tour Pass will get you an encounter with Zorua with a special background, and the last major milestone of the Tour Pass Deluxe will get you a brand new item, the Lucky Trinket. But what exactly is the Lucky Trinket and what does it do? Essentially, it is a one-time use item that can turn one of your friends in your friends list into a lucky friend. And being a lucky friend is very powerful because it means your next trade with that person will be a guaranteed lucky trade. So you will be able to pick a Pokemon to be lucky. A lucky Pokemon not only has reduced Stardust cost to power up, but also it does have a 12-12-12 IV floor, so you do have a 1 in 64 chance of getting a Hundo or a Shundo if it's shiny. You don't have to be best friends with the person you use the Lucky Trinket on, but you do need to be at least great friends. However, if you do get this item, it will actually expire, so make sure you use it by March 9th at 6 PM local time. And if you add somebody new, it does take 7 days to get great friends, so I would recommend making sure you're working on your friendship interactions with the person you want to use this item on, because if you leave it till last minute, you will actually be cutting it close to get great friends before the item actually expires. And make sure the friend you choose to use the Lucky Trinket on is someone you can trade with in person, because it doesn't allow remote trading. So compared to the free Tour Pass, the Tour Pass Deluxe does offer faster progression and better rewards. And as soon as you upgrade to the Deluxe version, you do get an immediate encounter with the mythical Pokemon Victini, even if you've caught one before. When progressing through the Tour Pass Deluxe, you will be able to claim all the rewards from the free version of the Tour Pass as well as the rewards from the Deluxe version. And if you decide to upgrade later on, you can do at any time, and you will be able to retroactively claim rewards from early tiers that you've already started to progress through. The Tour Pass Deluxe does cost $15 or your local equivalent. It'll get you an encounter with Victini, encounters with event-themed Pokemon, an avatar item, one Lucky Trinket, and more. And you can go even further beyond with the Tour Pass. For $20, you can get the Tour Pass Deluxe and enough Tour points to unlock 10 ranks of rewards. And these can all be collected immediately on purchase, so this is essentially paying an extra $5 so you can get ahead in the progression. So for the Road to UNOVA event, there is actually a strategy that you can use to get a lot of XP during the event. It will require the raid ticket for the event because it will get you an extra 5,000 XP per raid completed. So for 5-star raids, you will be able to get 15,000 XP per raid and 30,000 per raid if you use a lucky egg. So it is a really good idea to take advantage of the raid hours happening each day of the event, because during this time raids will be appearing on every gym, so you've got more chance of getting more raids done in the time limit of a lucky egg. And if you do pick up the Road to UNOVA raid ticket, you will be getting 3 raid passes per day, meaning you could get up to 90k XP per day. And with all of these different raids going on, it's a good chance to work on your Platinum Rising Star, Champion and Battle Legend medals. With that said though, if you did enjoy this video, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.